What is the word for cherry blossom in Japanese? Do you know this?
No.
It's already been said in the episode, which is why I was busy. It's Sakura.
Espeon. Oh.
Diplomacy. The Pokemon are at war, and only you can bring peace to them, Bulbasaur. That's right, this is To Kill A Delibird. Welcome back to the Pokemon Rewatch, a podcast. This is Graham, the co-host who doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but has been learning things, has been dabbling into things. Luckily, though, on this journey, on this pursuit of Pokemon knowledge, I've got Kellan who knows everything about Pokemon. Kellan, how's it going?
I'm just lovely.
He's always lovely.
Mm-hmm.
He's the lovely type.
Sure, why not?
Is that a
We'll go with
Pokemon
that.
type?
Absolutely not.
I've been thinking about Pokemon types. We'll get there in a bit, though. What's new, Kellan? Anything you want to talk about?
I bought a book the other day.
Wow, you purchased paper.
I purchased a novel. The new Hunger Games came out, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. The Hunger Games. Tell me about them.
Fifth book in the series now, Sunrise on the Reaping. And
Is it
it's
another prequel or
yeah,
what are they
it's Haymitch's Games. It's the 50th Hunger Games story.
Haymitch is the Woody Harrelson's character in the movies,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, he's the mentor for Katniss and Peeta. Turned, well, not really turned, but rebel in the later bits. Key piece of the series.
So,
very excited to get this book.
Were you like a kid when the books were coming out?
I was.
Was that kind of like a new thing?
I was in like middle school. I was like grade 8 or 9, I think.
They hit at the right time, kind
Hunger
of thing.
Games. Yeah. The first one came out in 2008. I definitely did not read it that early, though. Probably when it was around when the movie came out. That was 2012. So I would have been about 13, 14.
Okay. And I remember just being like, this is just Battle Royale. I just said that a lot.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. And but no, they're different. Come on. You can tell similar stories that are different. You can tell stories that have similar concepts. That's the word I'm looking for. And they can still be uniquely different.
No, I actually agree. Because when I then finally gave in and watched the movie, I was like, okay, it is just kind of Battle Royale, but it's packaged so much differently that it's like, it's worth consuming.
I think the origin story is that Suzanne Collins, the author, was inspired by like flipping through the news and seeing like footage of like war zones and stuff. And that kind of contributed to the like televised murdering competition thing that Hunger Games is all about.
So she really didn't cite Battle Royale or like the Running Man or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Huh.
At least not to the point where it inspired the novels.
I do believe that this is a general enough of idea that you could get there from different directions, right?
I mean, what other death games are like? Squid Game is a death game.
Oh, Kellan. In manga, there's like a billion of these.
I believe that.
It's like such a common trope. There's one called Batum that's all about like weird bombs. Like it's like a game, but all the kids have like weird bombs.
I give that 5 big Batums. Batum!
Exactly.
Batum!
I feel like there was one too that was like a death game, but like a sexy death game. Like
sexy death game.
Everything was like sexy themed or something. I don't remember what that one was called. There's Alice in Borderland is another one.
I just googled sexy death game. I got a Date with Death on Steam.
Oh,
I don't know what that's about. It doesn't look like
that's
hentai.
What we were talking about. Yeah. It's like a romance.
It's not hentai. Yeah, it's free to play. Oh, look at that.
Oh, downloading it right now, aren't you?
No, absolutely not. I don't have that much. I don't have much storage on my computer. I need any more storage.
Need to prioritize.
Yeah. Anyway, I haven't read the book yet, but I bought it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We'll hear from you later about a review. I have been playing a bit more Pokemon Sun. I'm still not very far. I just picked up a grass Pokemon. I don't know what it's called, but I picked it up because before this like challenge or trial or whatever they're called, they were like, you should get a grass Pokemon because there's tons of water Pokemon over there. So I was like, yeah, all right.
What
and I just got the
grass Pokemon
Lapras. I just got the Lapras.
Oh, yeah, the Ride Lapras. That's fun. You can do fishing.
Oh, really?
You can do some fishing. I think you need to beat the trial, and then you get the fishing rod. And then you get to do fishing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that's fun.
I think I maybe need like a water Pokemon in my party.
Yeah,
I've got
it's
the
always
fire
classic.
cat. I've got I picked the cat, fiery cat. What's it called?
Litten.
Litten. I picked Litten.
It's probably Torracat now.
I've got the dog, the rock dog, Rockruff.
Rockruff. Yep.
Rockruff. I've got the tiny. I called him Smaltino, but he's a tiny bug fairy thing.
Cutie fly.
Cutie fly. Thank you. What else do I have? And then I have some kind of grass thing. Well, then I've got the bird, right?
Picky peck or Trumbeak.
Yeah, I got that thing. Is that
I can't even
that
think about what grass types you would have. It's been a long time since I played Sun and Moon.
Well, I think I need a water.
Yeah, water's. I told you should use Araquanid, and I stand by that. Araquanid's a lot of fun.
If I can find one.
Yeah, it should be coming up soon. What's the grass type, though?
I don't know. It's
what
like
does it
in
look
the field right before it. Looks like grass.
Looks like grass.
Okay, maybe I'll figure this out. Pokemon Sun, grass, Pokemon, root. I don't know, 6, 5.
Do you know if it's like a Gen 7 Pokemon?
Well, I'd never seen it, but
well, that could be anything.
What's the root right before the? It's either 5 or 6.
It's
like there's like a farm.
Was it before or after the farm?
Right after.
Right after the farm. Paniola Town, Paniola Ranch, Route 6 probably.
Maybe it's
is it a bug?
Fomantis.
Oh, Fomantis? Okay.
Yeah, Fomantis. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's not a bug.
No, it's Fomantis.
Ah.
It's not a bug. It's like Sudowoodo,
is
not
this
a tree.
thing any good? Did I use it?
It's fine. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever actually really used one, but I think it's fine. You can use it if you want. Follow your heart.
Because then I also saw that there's Morlul around this area. But,
that one.
But I already have a fairy, so I was like,
you should at least catch that one and evolve it because its evolution is fucking creepy.
Well, I'm looking at the evolution.
Okay,
right now.
well you can just look at it too.
As hell,
yeah. Like look at those fingers. No, thank you.
Oh God, sausage fingers.
Salad fingers.
This thing is not. Is this
I
good?
like rusty spoons.
A Shinotic. Is it good?
It's fine, I guess. I think
it's fine. I guess
doesn't look particularly amazing, but
that's
like it's in casual play, you can use pretty much anything you want.
Wow, he always says that, except for that one time when I made a Pokemon of pack rats or whatever.
Look at Shinotic again though, because if you look at it the wrong way, it kind of looks like a Jigglypuff blowing it.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool. Yeah,
fun fact for you.
Fun fact for me, indeed.
Anyway,
well, Kellan, tell me what episodes we're doing here, because today, that's needed. That's required.
It's two more episodes: 227 Bulbasaur the Ambassador and 228 Espeon not included, which are fine episodes.
They're fine. I think this is not as hot as last week's. Last week had me pumped up. These episodes are a little weird. They're a little curious. They are important, though, especially the first one, right? Bulbasaur the Ambassador. And that got me thinking, Kellan, we see a world here where the different Pokemon clans are a-clashing, okay? And not on mobile, but in the real world, and only Bulbasaur can get them talking. Right? He's the diplomat. He's the diplomat. So that had me thinking, Kellan, what if there was a United Nations of Pokemon types? Okay.
Fantastic.
The Pokemon type seems to fit together, right? We see a bunch of grass Pokemon together. We see a bunch of water Pokemon together. Well, sometimes they have to come to the table to deal with big issues. So I tried to brainstorm, and I think in the future, maybe this could go somewhere as an idea. I tried to brainstorm, what are the needs of each Pokemon type in the United Nations of Pokemon types? The Pokemon type United Nations.
Things, yes. These are those things.
Okay.
Hit it.
All right, so the normal Pokemon, now they need a flashier name than just normal type. So they came to the UN, right? Now the options put forward by the Assembly are vanilla, beige, basic bitch, hot dog water, simple, plain, and standard. The normal coalition rejects these ideas and puts forward, at least we aren't bugs type as a new name.
Oh, that's going to cause problems.
That could. We'll see. I don't know how the bug Pokemon are going to respond to that. Maybe
probably
they're
not
just chill with that. They're like, yeah, whatever. We don't care.
Yeah,
we'll cut you. Now, the Grass Nation, they are underappreciated in general, okay? They always have great representation. People don't take them seriously. They will choke a bitch with a vine if shit gets real. That is their declaration to the Assembly.
Oh, that's what they're... Oh, that was the whole thing. Okay. It's not what they need. It's just that they will choke you out.
They will choke a bitch with a vine, and they want everybody to know that.
They're just making sure you know that. Got it.
They're making sure you know that. The water
Noted.
Pokemon, the Water Nation has a real request, though. They're looking for a path to reclaim Vaporeon's reputation. Oh, beloved Vaporeon, how can they get away from all the sex and scandal?
Did
Kellan, do
you
you have
know?
advice for the Water Nation?
I just want to know if they knew that in terms of a male human and female Pokemon
If
breeding.
they put forward a more fuckable Pokemon, would it help or hurt their reputation?
Neither. It would be the same, I think. It's just that there's more fuckable Pokemon, and we don't need that. Nobody needs that.
Nobody needs that. This next one has a big problem too, Kellan. The electric Pokemon. Now, this is actually a split faction. They have a separatist movement led by Electabuzz, okay? And the Electabuzz are angry because Pikachu gets too much screen time and always gets the last attack. So the electric Pokemon actually did not put together a cohesive response, cohesive request, because there's so much civil unrest between the Electabuzz team and the Pikachu team.
Well, where does that lead us?
I don't know. They just
Where
always get the last shock. What are we going to do?
Well, we'll have to keep a note on that and see how that develops in the future.
Maybe we can check back in on the UN in a future episode.
Yeah. If
now,
they haven't self-imploded.
The Fire Nation attacked. Everything changed. They're the most aggressive nation. They're actually currently banned from the assembly. They're constantly being banned, let back into over time. They had a huge scandal at the Olympics a while back with the judge, the figure skating judge. The Fire Nation, very, spooky stuff.
I figured they'd be banned because of just all of the exposed flames being a fire hazard in the building.
They shouldn't physically come in. It's like it's a really big deal trying to fireproof the place beforehand.
Yeah, it's a mess. There's too many Pokemon, too many flames on tails, too much lava in snail form. It's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Escargot that just burns your esophagus off.
Meg Cargo, yeah.
Well, the rock... Okay, so actually the rock and ground Pokemon, they have a union. They're actually represented as one united front, and they both have the same issue. People keep rolling them down hills, skipping them across lakes, etc., and this needs to stop. There is a Machoke down the street that keeps breaking them for training purposes. This is a violation of the International Pokemon Rights Agreement, and the Rock Ground Coalition demands retribution.
And then there's also one really old Marowak who wants to, for no reason, annex the rock type and make them one and the same.
Annex the rock type? Oh, yeah. Bring it in. We are no longer a united front, and instead we own them.
There will only be ground type. All rock types will become ground types.
Ground, what's the word?
Ground
removal. I mean, rock removal.
Rock removal. There you go.
The rock removal movement. The psychic types, they're just here for a fair trade deal on spoons. They go through a lot of them.
They do, yeah.
Looking for a better rate.
Not because psychic. They just really love Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, and they don't wait for the ice cream to melt a little bit. They just dig right in every time and keeps bending them.
A couple of young Abras thought it would be a good idea to put some spoons in the microwave to heat them up. Bad choice.
Now they need better rates on microwaves as well.
That too, yeah.
Well, the ghost Pokemon, Kellan, it's tough being dead. Dead to rights? More like rights for the dead, am I right?
I believe it.
Lots of places won't even serve them because it makes that their customers think that the place is haunted and they don't eat food. What are we going to do to get ghosts access to restaurants? It's their right to be there, Kellan. They're not trying to spook the customers.
Well, at this point in the series, there's only 2 lines of ghost types, so a lot of people think, why do we got to change everything just for those 2?
There's so few of them. Why do we keep talking about them?
There's 4 of them. Who cares? There's like 80 water types.
This is erasal. This is ghost erasure. Oh my god. There shall be no real world similarities taken into account during this bit.
All real world
anything is a coincidence.
Equivalents are purely coincidental and have no resembling real world counterparts.
Well, that's helpful for the next one, because the Flying Nation, now the flying type Pokemon, they have a deep history of segregation with the ground-dwelling folks, which they call Earthies. They basically call every other Pokemon type
Can't say
Earthies.
that anymore.
It's a slur, yes. Many proud flying folks want the Earthies to worship them as they did in the olden days. There's a less noble group of Pokemon, though, who are just worried about the KFC that moved into town. What are we going to do about the KFC?
We have a little more immediate pressing problems on our hands right now. That KFC's is going around plucking some of the birds, if you know what I mean.
I didn't know my skin could be so crispy and delicious.
Oh, stop eating yourself. I can't help it. I taste so good.
Well, Kellan, this just in, the fighting Pokemon's response to the assembly. Punch! Kick! Ah!
They just
smash! Wait, what are all these opponents doing here? Smash! Smash! Riveting stuff from the fighting Pokemon. Poison types, they recently heard a song on the radio that went, "That girl is poison." Who is she? How did she become poison? Is she appropriating their culture? Many questions.
Where is she?
Poison Pokemon have.
Can she have my number? Can I get her number?
Yeah, can we
Does she have a
meet her
Snapchat?
if she is us? That's so confusing of a sentence to put out in a pop song.
It is.
The bug Pokemon, now, they are demanding reparations from Misty's smear campaign. Plenty of them are very cute, and they will not stand for this.
Neither will we. Hashtag cancel Misty.
Is there any bug Pokemon you find particularly cute? I think the Caterpie are kind of cute, actually.
Caterpie's pretty cute.
Cute.
I mean, Wurmple is an adorable little fuck.
Wurmple's okay. That's kind of like, we got Caterpie at home, I always
Yeah,
felt
but it's
like.
even cuter, honestly. I love it. Have you seen Wurmple in a party hat? It's the best.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it
Know
is. Yeah.
What's that from?
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, it's very adorable. Wurmple, cutest bug type.
Now, the ice Pokemon, their main issue is global warming, of course.
Mhm.
A call for all Pokemon nations to enter the Paris Accord. The Fire Nation has been resistant, and they're also the group that causes 99% of emissions.
Yeah, and half the Vanilluxe have actually reverted back to Vanillish after losing a scoop. It's a real travesty.
They're just soggy vanilla. There's
Yeah.
actually a baby form that we didn't know about called soggy vanilla. The dragon Pokemon, Kellan. Dragon D's nuts across your face. Seriously, though,
Hey.
they just want people to stop making that joke.
As they drag their nuts across everyone's face because they're huge and don't have spatial reasoning.
The
Or
big
self-awareness.
old Dragonite nuts.
Yeah. Just dragging on the
Huge.
floor.
Dark types. Well, daylight savings time is anti-dark propaganda. The
Mhm.
daylight doesn't need savings. It is totally overrated. Bring back darkness saving time. The dark type Pokemon did not elaborate further on what that was.
I'm with the dark types. Get rid of daylight savings time. It's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Darkness
Fuck that
saving
shit.
time is in.
No one needs daylight savings time anymore. Get rid of it.
All right, we're getting close to the end here, Kellan. Steel types, a strong defensive nation that relies on international product to exist. Steel coats are needed at low cost, and the rock ground nations control the supply. Fair trade agreements wanted in exchange for protection.
Too many big words. That was
let's
too real.
Wrap
I
this
couldn't.
up. The fairy Pokemon, they're fairly new to the UN. When asked where they've been all these years, the whole fairy group just blew a kiss. No idea what that means.
And everyone's like, how the fuck did they get in here?
Yeah, where were they? What the fuck are they?
How did they show up after like 20 years? That doesn't
All
make
the
any
other
sense.
Pokemon types are like where they live or what they look like. Fairies just like a vibe.
Yeah,
we're,
yeah.
we're just like fairies, man. Whatever. Living our life.
Oh, you know who else is living life? The Pokemon back at Oak's lab, who we meet in episode 227, Bulbasaur the Ambassador. Let's get into it, shall we?
Let's get into this.
So the gang, we're heading back to Ecruteak when we see a bunch of milk cans tumbling down the road.
Stop
who
those milk cans.
nearly run the gang over. They stop him. This milkman guy offers them a ride to Ecruteak, and Ash is like, oh? He seems very confused, and that goes nowhere.
Yeah, I thought that was funny because the guy's like, I'll get you there in no time. And Ash goes, huh? And I was
Huh?
like, that's a weird reaction to that question.
Kindness
what-
from a stranger?
What did Ash not understand about that? Was it
Yeah, I don't know.
that he was being nice? Was it that he didn't understand what a truck was? was it that his concepts of time were being challenged because he said no time and Ash didn't understand exaggeration?
Oh, yeah. Ash thinks this guy is going to, like, teleport them.
Yeah.
No time means right now.
Exactly.
Ash is like, what's a metaphor? I don't understand what that is. I dropped out of school at 10 to go train Pokemon.
to cockfit electric rats.
Yeah.
Cockfight, sorry.
Cockfit.
Cockfit, whatever the fuck that means.
Mm. Nothing we can talk about on this podcast.
No, and then now we see a blimp, okay?
Or is
that
it a
goes
Zeppelin?
to Moo Moo Ranch. I believe it's a Zeppelin, actually.
We don't know.
And its next stop is Ecruteak. That was even funnier to me, is that this guy, okay, he's like, I'll get you there in no time. It's not the truck.
Yeah.
It's a fucking aircraft.
And he also doesn't get them there in no time. He gets them to Moo Moo Ranch in no time.
Yeah.
So that's where the
He's
blimp
like,
will
it's
drop
next
him.
to Ecruteak. Even though it's actually closer to Olivine.
It's closer to Olivine. It's about halfway.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, this is Carter. He goes inside to get the tickets, and we see the Pokemon are eating. That's cute. Ash calls Oak, but where is he? And whoa, Mr. Mime, what are you doing here? And Mom, what's Delia doing here now too?
Yeah, what
This
are
is
they
crazy.
doing at Oaks? Ooh, suspicious. Well, there's trouble at the research gardens. Here's Tracy.
Hey,
jumping
Tracy!
in. Haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, that's cool. And Oak, of course, he needs the gang's assistance. Bulbasaur seems very concerned about this.
Ooh.
Apparently, many wild Pokemon roam free in Oak's research garden. It's a very peaceful and tranquil place until last week when a bunch of no-good hooligan gang of Hoppip and Skiploom and Jumpluff flew into town during migration season, and they started kind of butting heads with the Oddish and Gloom and Vileplume and Blossom. Eventually, the water types got involved. We need Bulbasaur's expertise because, as we know, when Ash first got Bulbasaur back at like a nursery or something, he's got experience taking care of lost Pokemon. And so Bulbasaur is down to help. He's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've alluded to his former career, so that's very nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Team Rocket, meanwhile, spying on the Torps and Carter getting on the blimp. They're like, okay, we're gonna sneak aboard. And Wobbuffet comes up. He's like, Wobbuffet, and just like,
Yeah, and they hush
shh.
Wobbuffet.
He's
They're
like,
we're in stealth
Wobbuffet.
mode, Wob. Come on.
So
And
the
then
blimp takes off.
Yeah.
Team
Now,
Rocket,
Team Rocket, they're in like a hot room. Okay.
like a cargo hold.
Yeah, Stowaway's got it rough. Ooh.
But what's behind this door? It's big and heavy, so
nice
there
and
must be
cool.
something. Must be something very valuable back there. And they open it. It's just ice. It's like it's a freezer, and so they go in.
It's a shivery Shangri-La, they say.
And the door locks behind them in a classic trope.
Classic cartoon move here. It's stuck.
And so at
Now,
the lab,
back at Oaks, yeah, Bulbasaur sees a good old Heracross who
Yeah.
has sensed that Bulbasaur's back and has gone in for the suck.
goes to suck off Bulbasaur, but Bulbasaur
Classic.
vine whips him off. No, don't touch, no touch, you Heracross.
Yeah, no means no, you fucking freak.
But there's the feuding gang we see. All of the Hoppip line, the Oddish line, the water types. And Bulbasaur goes in. But they're not listening to him. They're like, who's this freak? Why is he here? Where did he come from? We don't need to listen to this guy. And so he like grabs Blossom and just like shoves her towards Jumpluff, being like, here, be friends. And they turn around, they just slap him in the face. Like,
Yeah,
no.
that didn't work. Okay.
So he keeps trying that for some reason.
Yeah, and he tries this thing next with Poliwhirl, who's also having some issues, and just gets slapped. So that's his diplomacy strategy. Is he just takes Putin and he just takes Zelensky and he just pushes them together.
Now kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it ain't working, of course. They get fed up, or he gets fed up, starts vine whipping, and then all of the Pokemon are after him. They're all very upset with him.
They're so mad. So Tracy's like, okay, we need to break things up here. So we're reintroduced because we met them a long time ago. Meryl, Venonat, Scyther, and then
Old
Ash's
Scyther.
Heracross is there too. Old Scyther.
Which is nice to see. Giant Dust Cloud fight, classic. And Bulbasaur launches a giant solar beam, which scares everyone in submission, I think,
I do
into
like
respect.
the animation here. It goes
Looked
into
nice,
that
yeah.
like still painting kind of mode that we
Yeah.
get every once in a while. But since it's this like big burst of light epic moment, it actually looked really cool.
It does.
Everything glows. There's like a gloom next to him. He's like, oh geez, just sweating.
They're all like in awe of this solar beam. They're impressed by it.
And Oak really hammers the metaphor home, says they finally saw the light.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, the Blossoms start dancing and the Jumpluff join in. They're all dancing. So the problem has been solved. This is a peace dance. But there's still a Poliwhirl and a Hoppip going at it. So apparently the water types, those dirty water types, they're not letting up. Maybe we need to make a new lake for the grass types. That's Oak's thought.
Yeah, make a new lake. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. I guess. Man-made lakes, they're a thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, back on the blimp, we see Team Rocket are freezing to death in
They're
the freezer.
chilly as hell. Can't feel their toes.
Meowth wishes he had more clothes. And they can't get
wear
out.
clothes at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he says. Meowth wishes, I wish I had more. I wish I wore clothes.
I wish I wore clothes.
If we want to get
they
particular.
Can't escape.
Which I know I do. Sunset on the Moo Moo farm. Oh, nice.
Yeah, get a sunset already. Thanks for the ride.
Yeah, they say goodbye to Carter. And then we see, as the blimp's taken off again, Team Rocket, entrapped in a block of ice, finally get out of the blimp, and they slide off the ramp to their deaths. And that's the last we see of Team Rocket.
Isolated, and that's it. That's our whole plot that episode.
That's it.
Or an ice cube.
This is just a very weird episode, because the gang is barely involved, too. Like, this is very much a...
It's just about Bulbasaur and
It's about Bulbasaur,
lab,
yeah.
But then we have this, like, these cuts back to the gang traveling just to be like, they are around.
Yeah, don't forget about these guys. Well, the next day, Meryl is out dowsing for some water. Right here. Perfect. And so Bulbasaur calls him in. All the grass types come in. He razor-leafs the grass to, like, form the shape of the lake, and they all start to dig. Everyone's getting in there. They're working. Suddenly, Bulbasaur hits rock. Can't penetrate that.
Stuck. Too hard.
We need reinforcements. Bulbasaur has an idea. He just runs off.
Yeah, he just takes off. We're like, okay, because he's up to something. We see he is going to talk to Poliwhirl, who just, like, walks away.
Yeah,
but then
not having it.
Bulbasaur seems to convince him of something. Okay. And then we see basically the exact same scene happen with Bulbasaur and a Sandslash. And then we
Except the Sandslash aren't stuck up. He agrees to it pretty quickly.
He agrees to it quickly. Then we cut back to this new lake bed they're digging. Poliwhirl and Sandslash are here. Tracy's wondering why they were called in. And then we get Poliwhirl, Sandslash, and Meryl all line up, water guns to soften the rock, and then Sandslash, using their echidna-like claws to dig.
Yeah, and it's working. And here comes Delia with lunch.
Bulbasaur is a Pokemon genius, Tracy says.
A gigantic mound of Pokemon food, which Bulbasaur is so excited by.
I mean, he's probably had Delia's food before. It's just been a while.
I do have to say also, having pointed this out a lot of Pokemon that just sound like a dude in the recording booth.
Yeah.
I think Poliwhirl is the epitome of that.
I actually noticed that this episode too.
Yeah.
I was like, Poliwhirl sounds very weird.
It's just Poliwhirl. Poly.
He's clearly a person saying Poliwhirl.
Yeah.
I mean, and they all are, but there's certain sounds that make you, like, aware of that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's when there's very little change to the human voice. Like, Poliwhirl is just deeper. It's just a Poliwhirl.
Yeah, it kind of makes it feel like Poliwhirls are actually just dudes in costumes.
Yeah.
Like they're like mascots at a basketball game.
Whereas something like Bulbasaur has like a raspiness and a higher pitch to it that you don't hear.
Right, it sounds more animalistic.
From
you don't hear
humans.
In a human. Yeah.
Like rarely, if ever. Yeah, so.
Exactly.
When the cry is just Poliwhirl, it really stands out. Poliwhirl. Anyway, yeah, so Pokemon food, they're eating. They have lunch. Then it's back to work. Sandslash, they hit something hard. We got a problem we got to solve. It's a giant rock. So Bulbasaur vine whips and everyone grabs onto his vines and they try to pull it out. I feel like that can't
pull in.
I feel like that's gotta hurt to tug on Bulbasaur's vines like that.
Tracy and Oak want to help, but they're not really sure what to do. But they're also like, we can't help. They have to do it on their own for their own sake.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you being dramatic about that? Like, if you could help, I think just help. Like, it's not a big deal.
I'm just a little lazy today.
It's just a boulder. I don't know.
He notes, they're finally kind of working together to solve a problem. And so
they're unified.
That's a bonding experience there. So, struggling and straining, the rock finally moves, and they slowly drag it out of the hole, and we're back to digging. And suddenly the Sandslash run away, because we've hit water, and as Oak notes, Sandslash don't like water.
And the water starts filling up. We've got a lake.
Yay!
The Pokemon celebrate.
And Oddish celebrates a little too hard, standing next to the boulder.
Yeah, drinks a little too much.
Yeah, and the ground crumbles, and the boulder is about to topple right onto Oddish and crush it.
Oddish.
when Bulbasaur jumps in to save the Oddish underneath the boulder, and Bulbasaur fucking dies.
And, well, this is funny because you make that joke a lot. Be like, Team Rocket just died here. But the way they did this
really
scene
looks
here
like he dies.
is everybody's shocked, and it goes grayscale.
Yeah.
Like, basically, like, Arms of an Angel might have started playing in the background.
Because
Sarah McLachlan here.
Yeah, it goes black and white. Then we hear like a crush sound, and then we go into a Bulbasaur retrospective.
I know. It's like a funeral song's playing. It's like a flashback.
I will remember you.
It's exactly like that. And Bulbasaur's like being like a kid, and it's like helping out. There's like bagpipes playing for might as well be. Yeah, it's totally a funeral scene.
It's so good. I can't lie. I love it. I think it's incredible that they took this jump.
I like it because it was so dumb.
Yeah.
like I was not expecting that. It was kind of totally unnecessary, but someone must have gotten a kick about this, right?
Well, I feel like if I were a kid watching this for the first time, not knowing that Bulbasaur is fine, obviously,
sad.
I feel like I could have maybe thought Bulbasaur died. Like, genuinely. But apparently, I think this was like a dream that Ash was having. Because we go back to the gang, they're napping, and Ash wakes up. And I think he was dreaming about Bulbasaur. And then he just
And this footage of him waking up and Misty and Brock are asleep, I feel like I've seen before in like one of the Pikachu shorts.
Yeah, it was like, it's like a Pikachu's rescue adventure, I think. Because they wake up and they're like, what the fuck is everybody?
That's the one. It looked like borrowed footage. I'm not sure if it was, but
I don't think so. The shorts have a slightly different look to them.
They do.
So,
yeah, you're right.
But he just feels the breeze and goes, Bulbasaur. So he feels something. He knows something happened. He knows Bulbasaur's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So now
Tracy and Oak pushing boulders.
Yeah, finally the humans are doing something.
Yeah. They can help now that Bulbasaur's dead.
Yeah.
There's been a casualty.
It falls down, but where's Bulbasaur? Oh, he digs up from under the dirt. There he is.
He's fine. Shakes off the mud.
He quickly burrowed underground when he saw the boulder was going to crush him. So everything's okay.
Yeah, he used dig, maybe.
Apparently.
Apparently. The Pokemon celebrate tossing Bulbasaur in the air, but Tracy's like, Bulbasaur can't learn dig. And
Tracy was
like,
mean.
In a crisis, you can call on skills you didn't know. Haven't you heard, Tracy, of the mother who can pick up a car when their child is in danger? Haven't you heard of that, Tracy? Everyone says that anecdote, even though they don't know what it refers to.
Tracy is me, being like, Bulbasaur can't learn dig. Oak is you, being like, who fucking cares? Like,
it's the poetry of the situation, Tracy.
We write how we need to write to get to where we need to go. Well, yeah, they're launching Bulbasaur up, which was very cute. Hip hip hooray. And this whole episode, Tracy's been busting out the video camera. And so I guess he plays that footage for the gang because they're watching it. We go to them watching Colin Oak. They're seeing it. It's cute. And we know everything at the lab is A-okay. But then it wasn't.
As soon as Bulbasaur left, the impact of not having a diplomat could be seen. War started. Pokemon, they respected Bulbasaur, but without him, they turned on each other. Pillaged village, burned down grass Pokemon sanctuaries. Oak needs Bulbasaur here a little bit longer.
That's a tough one. Ash is contemplating. And, Bulbasaur reassures him, hey, it's gonna be okay. I like it here. It's fun. I got all the food I can eat, and all these Pokemon respect me. I don't need to be the side piece to your fucking Bayleaf anymore, Ash.
Yeah, and I was the last Gen 1 starter in the party, I was the old man. So this is the passing of the torch. Mm-hmm. We're full-on Gen 2 starters.
Full-on Gen 2 team. This is the last of Ash's original team.
Pikachu.
Well, aside from Pikachu doesn't count.
Yeah. Oh, good.
He's always there. He'll never leave.
Okay, fine.
Now, this is more important. They realize Bulbasaur can stay at the lab. He's gonna stay. And so the gang heads out to Ecruteak with, will Bulbasaur's absence hurt Ash in his next gym battle? No, it's an ice gym, so he shouldn't use Bulbasaur in the first place.
It's an ice gym, Jim.
Well, let me see Bulbasaur making the morning rounds. It's super cute. Splits an apple for a fighting Gloom and Skiploom, and they're all happy again. He just looks at the clouds like Ash did, and sun shines down on him, and he seems content and happy. And that's the episode. Nice ending. I like that ending.
Well, the trope I'm going to look at for a literary hour on tvtropes.com is called the Really Dead montage. And it is that moment where, okay, has a character died off? We don't know, but we're going to make it seem like they did regardless and have this like eulogy sort of esque montage just kind of kick in. Now, TV Tropes has an interesting point here, which ties into series we already talked about today, coincidentally. In the Hunger Games, particularly Mockingjay, this is subverted a bit, okay? So the building in which Katniss's group took shelter when the Black Wave went off gets demolished. There's thought that they're all dead, okay?
Mhm.
And then they broadcast a pre-shot mapping Katniss's journey to becoming a rebel leader, like broadcast like a montage. Oh my god, Katniss is dead. But the sticker is that she's alive, just like Bulbasaur buried. Katniss and her squad escape underground. They learned to dig, Kellan, just like Bulbasaur.
They found the TM in that building.
That's
thankfully, one of them was able to learn it. Only one of them, which was a real blessing here.
Yeah, Katniss already had all HM moves for some dumb reason, so someone else had to take it.
Yeah, no one around here can delete the HMs. This is Gen 1.
Yeah.
And they can't get rid of Cut, even though they really don't need it anymore.
All right,
well,
Kellan.
Before we get to the forepaw, I do have a question from that one piece of pineapple in Graham's pocket.
What?
From the first quiz that you won, a piece of pineapple.
Sometimes I think our fans pay better attention than I do. I was like, what?
It's also on the public spreadsheet, which you can access in the description of every episode. Is Graham's inventory from crap he wins in my quizzes.
Okay.
And that'll never do anything, but it's there. They ask, so Ash is now released, / left in the care of others, all of his original Kanto party, Pikachu aside. Can you rank or tier list these farewell episodes? And they list him, Bye Bye Butterfree, that's Butterfree, Palette Party Panic, which was Pidgeot, Charizard's Burning Ambition, which, surprise, surprise, Charizard, The Firing Squad, that's when Squirtle stayed with the Squirtle Squad, and now Bulbasaur the Ambassador.
I like Charizard quite a bit. I like Bye Bye Butterfree quite a bit.
Oh, that's an S tier. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about Bye Bye Butterfree is, of all of these, that's the one most people remember. That's actually one of the episodes that, like, you'll meet somebody off the street and be like, I run a Pokemon podcast. And they'll be like, did you talk about Bye Bye Butterfree?
Yeah.
And you'll be like, fuck yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did that like 2 years ago. Catch up. Jesus.
So that's the top tier. Is Bye Bye Butterfree. I think the Charizard one's pretty high,
I would put that one up there, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Palette Party Panic is like, eh.
Yeah, and then lower down, Palette Party Panic, doesn't stand out that well.
Yeah, I'd say like C tier.
Pidgeot kind of always got this like, secondary bitch treatment, which we don't appreciate.
I would put the Firing Squad maybe like, I don't know, A tier maybe, A or B.
An A? Yeah, Firing Squad.
High B or low A.
This great episode for world building. Maybe not the best farewell episode, actually.
No. And I would put this one, I think A.
Yeah, this one's a pretty solid B for me. It's okay.
B for Bulbasaur.
B for Bulbasaur. This episode is okay. It did give birth to the idea of a Pokemon UN, which who knows, maybe that will be real someday.
I do really like this episode just for Bulbasaur. I think he's a great little character that we haven't seen in a while, and just having a full episode to see him thrive, and then that's where we leave him, I think is a great notion to end Bulbasaur's permanent time on the team here.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I don't mind that perspective.
So I think we're pretty lockstep in that.
Yeah, we're pretty. I mean, there's two obvious leaders, when everything else is like good, and then
it's like
Party Panic is kind of like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Pidgeotto just evolved, and now he's letting it go. What the fuck, Ash?
Yeah, so lame.
I want to see Big Bird. God.
Okay, good question, Pineapple.
Yes, thank you, Pineapple,
Appreciate
for the question.
Do you want to get to the forepaw?
Let's do it.
This is the forepaw, the plastic ping pong picture of objective rankings. We're going to pull two categories at random to rate this episode based on. Kellan, do you have a category for me first?
I sure do, and that first category will be, is Margaritaville. We're heading on down to Margaritaville. I don't remember the lyrics. This is, how much are we vibing with wobbuffet in this episode?
So, wobbuffet only has one moment in the episode.
Yeah.
Where he pops up and almost like gives them away, so they're like, shush. Now, I did like that moment because wobbuffet pops up as like the loud wob, and then they're like, silence, and then it wobs again, but really quiet.
Yeah.
which was funny. I thought it was cute. Yeah, like, wobbuffet. They're like, no. And he's like, wobbuffet.
Well, he is also there in the freezer, so he's nice and cold.
He's a wobsicle.
Yeah. Which my apartment keeps pretty cool because it's a basement suite, so I'm vibing with him on the temperature-wise there.
I record in my basement. I'm also chilled.
So I'm vibing with wobbuffet, getting shushed. You know, I'm the youngest sibling. I got shushed a lot.
Yeah, and that moment is kind of like you got really excited about something and you and yelled, and people are like, we're in public. And you're like,
oh, okay.
Well, I'm excited.
I'm going to go 7.5.
Okay, I'm going to go lower than that. You know, I do get
I'm
that it's
feeling
just general vibes, but I do want more wobbuffets to really resonate with this particular ping pong. So I'm only going to go a 4.3.
Phew. Well, that's a 5.9 for Margaritaville. I should really learn those lyrics so I can make more jokes about that. Second category will be the humor. What kind of jokes were there? It wasn't really a funny episode.
It's a bit of a dry episode. I mean, Bulbasaur's a bit of a dry boy. He's not a water Pokemon. He is always kind of serious, right? Like, Squirtle was kind of the one trying to have fun all the time. And
he was the troublemaker,
Yeah, Bulbasaur was like, stay in line.
Well, there's him trying to put the Pokemon together and then they just slap him. That was pretty funny. I think Team Rocket falling out of the blimp in an ice block was actually quite good.
Are funny here, right? The wish I wore clothes thing.
But them just falling out in an ice block.
Isolated,
brilliant.
Falling out. Can we count, just because we both thought it was sort of weirdly funny?
Oh, the funeral?
The Bulbasaur funeral montage.
Absolutely. That was hilarious.
It was so ham-fisted, and having hams on your fists is funny.
Yeah. That's I forgot about that in terms of humor, because that was fucking brilliant.
It's not like it was intended to be funny, but I mean, it just was.
But humor, is subjective, and so we can.
That's right.
We can. There are no objective truths, only the four poor.
This isn't the funniest episode, though.
No, God, no.
I'm not gonna lie. We're stretching a little, so I will give it kind of low in the humor department. I'm gonna go 3.9.
0.9. Yeah, the funeral is amazing, but that only gives it a few points. Like,
that's right. There
needs to be more on top of that for that. So I'm in that ballpark. I'm gonna go 4.2. Blaze it. So that's 4.05 for that. Overall, 4.975 for Bulbasaur ... the Ambassador. And goodbye, Bulbasaur.
We'll miss you, Bulbasaur.
Oh, well, at least he's not playing second fiddle anymore.
No, he's gone on to better things, found a vocation.
So let's get to episode 228, Espeon Not Included, where the gang is back in Ecruteak. And I've got another question here from Tristan, who wants to know, it took the Torps 25 episodes to get from Ecruteak to Olivine, yet 2 episodes to get back to Ecruteak. How the hell did they do that?
Blimp. Were you paying attention?
Yeah, come on, Tristan. Come on. But also,
fast travel.
Yeah. They have a whole other route to go east that we need to get 20 episodes in on. So that's we can't spend another 20 episodes getting back to Ecruteak. Just, retracing our path.
Yeah, luckily they just took a blimp. That was the answer. That would have been really fucking boring if they had to go back through all of the locations.
You should have just watched
mirror episodes.
We should have just watched in reverse order the Olivine or Ecruteak to Olivine episodes.
And we should have watched those episodes in reverse.
Yeah.
With reversed dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like devil tongues. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Yeah, 2 episodes to get here. That's nice. I appreciate that.
Good call out, Tristan. I think that was definitely the right call. I'm glad that it went that way.
But I also like the start of this episode, because the narrator's like, the gang's back in Ecruteak City. And then they go to the theme song. That's it. That's the whole cold open.
I know, and I can imagine being a kid being like, do I care? Is that significant? How?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're eating kebabs.
The best kebabs.
Amazing
Ash
kebabs.
is claiming.
Misty got an email from Sakura. Remember Sakura? She's going to meet up with them here. She is from when they were in Ecruteak the first time. She was the girl that had the little Eevee.
Yeah. What? I'm going to look back. Do we remember what that episode was called? That was the, kimono girl episode, right?
Yeah. What was it?
Troubles Brewin'.
Troubles Brewin',
The five
yeah.
sisters of Eevee Battle at the Tea Convention. Yeah, which that's the game event is the Kimono Sisters.
Mhm.
So she's the youngest Kimono sister, basically.
Yeah, and then that episode was a lot about she wants to go out and adventure on her own, but her sisters don't think that she's old enough, and so she tries to get the gang to convince them. But that's kind of the whole point. Is that if you were old enough and you were confident in yourself, you wouldn't need other people to convince us. You would convince us yourself.
So this is the part 2 of that sort of plot line. Brock remembers Sakura, but really he just remembers that she's got 4 beautiful sisters.
Mhm.
God damn.
Oh, goodness.
And then we see this Espeon running up. Okay, it's an evolved Eevee. We dex it right away. Kellan, tell me about Espeon. It's the psychic Eevee-lution, right?
Yeah, it's the last Eevee-lution as of this point, and pretty good. Espeon, everyone likes Espeon. Little pink cat.
It's one of the stronger evolutions, right?
Yeah, definitely. I would say Espeon is probably the most popular.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I think I've used it before in a gold playthrough. In my Heart Gold playthrough, I decided to use Umbreon instead, which was good. But I think Espeon's a little bit better now.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they just have their own niches. Espeon is more offensive, and Umbreon is more defensive. So Umbreon strives in Coliseum or XD, where it's all double battles, and having a tankier Pokemon is far more helpful.
It's useful, yeah.
Yeah, or like double battles in competitive or something. You get more use out of defensive Pokemon for sure.
It's sort of casual, just mowing down weaklings.
Yeah, Espeon crushes.
Yeah,
it's very good. It's a very good Pokemon, and it's super cute too.
Cool design.
Yeah, it's a kitty. We love kitties.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's Espeon.
Yeah, and kind of a pink purplish kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Little gem on it.
Definitely looks mystical.
His forehead.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that thing's got powers.
That thing can do something.
Gem, red ruby kind of embedded in its forehead.
Yeah. Probably the most popular up there with probably Umbreon and Vaporeon are probably the top 3 in some order that I will not speak on definitively because then I'll piss someone off.
So now that this Espeon has shown up,
Here comes Sakura.
The rundown. Right. So this is Sakura and Eevee.
This is Sakura's Espeon. Yeah. Eevee's evolved since last time.
And luckily they didn't get a repeat. It didn't evolve into an Umbreon yet too.
Because Brock's like, man, your sisters, there's this one that had Flareon. He remembers their name. I sure as hell didn't.
Yeah, I don't. But
this one has Flareon, this one had Vaporeon, this one had Jolteon, and this one had Umbreon, and now you have Espeon. You've got the whole set. And Sakura's like, oh yeah, we do. How did she not fucking realize that?
It's like she wasn't trying to do that. That's funny. I thought that would have been super intentional.
Yeah, you would think, but apparently not. Unless Sakura is just being polite and being like, yeah, we didn't notice that for sure, Brock.
Yeah,
this is the first time we're noticing that. Yeah. So we're at the Kimono sisters' home or dojo or whatever, and we see them. And Brock greets them all, of course. Such radiance.
Sipping like crazy.
Such beauty. Leaves me breathless and
still,
woozy.
My heart. You're the 4 most beautiful girls. But who's the most beautiful, they ask.
Yeah. And Brock hides behind Ash. He's like, I can't do that. Ash, you tell them. I can't do that. They're just fucking with him, though.
Yeah.
But they gotta go. Their favorite dance instructor is in town for 1 day only. But they let the gang invite them in to stay, freshen up, whatnot.
Yeah. They're gonna hit the road, and Brock's crying, more like the road of broken hearts.
What about the boulevard of broken dreams?
That's next episode.
Green Day shows up in
Green
Anime
Day
4.
And Pokemon. And teaches the gang all about why the Bush administration sucked ass.
Yeah, the Japanese
I'd be into.
Japanese title is translates to Day of Green ? Exclamation point. How to be American idiot! ! Exclamation point.
That would be the name. Yeah, slightly broken. How to be American idiot. Yeah, totally.
Well, So yeah, the gang's chilling with Sakura. She wants to battle Misty 'cause she wants to train up Espeon. And so, yeah, Misty gives us the whole spiel of like, I got this, Corsola, and it's so well trained. It's battled like twice.
It's so cool. So, okay. I mean, Sakura thinks it's cool too. I don't know how Misty suckers so many people into thinking Corsola is cool.
Me neither. Corsola versus Espeon. Brock's gonna referee. Meanwhile, we see the sisters. They're waiting for their instructor. There they are. 2 instructors, 2 very real dance instructors from the very real Pokemon Dance Academy, who teach very real Pokemon and trainer dance, and they're the only licensed people that can do this.
Yeah, it's so exclusive.
In the world, apparently.
And one of them is named Jesse.
And one of them is named James. What a coincidence. They even have an Arbok and a Victory Bell. That's crazy.
An Arbok and Victory Bell come out, and the Victory Bell eats the James one. That's a coincidence.
It's odd. This is getting really weird.
And James's wig falls off at one point, but gets right back on. So, yeah, still nothing suspicious to see here.
No.
And they sing and dance with the Pokemon.
Yeah, they're dancing. Arbok and Victory Bell are dancing. We're back to the battle. Espeon, of course, they're exchanging blows. Spike cannon. Pew, 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 pew. Espeon dodges and goes for a quick attack. Bang. It hits real hard. It's time for Corsola's strongest move. Recover. And just heals Corsola, which in these little trainer battles, I feel is real broken, real OP.
Well, especially since, like, items aren't really a thing in this show. So having a move like Recover is really
real nice. Yeah. But Sakura is just amazed. So incredible.
Wow.
But back to the dance studio, jumping around. Time for them to twirl. And so out come all the Eevee-lutions. They're dancing. And then we see the kimono girl dance, and then her Eevee-lution counterpart does some kind of weird dance. And then we see Umbreon, who's just like staring. Umbreon does not get it at all.
I know, he's just staring at them.
What are you doing?
I know. For some of them, like, I think it was Flareon. Like, Flareon does, like, a twirl. So you're like, okay, they're kind of dancing.
They're trying.
But then some of them, they just, like, stare at them. Like,
it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not doing that. Whatever you're doing, I'm not doing it.
I don't
Screw
get
that.
dance, okay?
I don't dance. What's that High School Musical song? I don't dance. Umbreon stars in High School Musical 2.
Okay. You know what?
Think
High
it's the
School
second
Musical
one.
is the reason I thought I didn't like musicals for a long time.
Don't get me started. I don't like musicals. No, you just haven't seen one you like.
Yeah, I know.
Damn
I get that now. But at the time, I thought, like, High School Musical was, like, a good example of musicals. It's really not.
No. I mean, like, a good example of musicals way back when, in, like Sound of Music, a good example of a musical back when Sound of Music came out. But the musicals are so much more now. If you, at home, I'm talking directly to you, if you don't like musicals, watch Book of Mormon, and I will tell you, you will like musicals.
I mean, that's basically a South Park episode, so yeah, it's amazing.
It's fucking incredible. So
I think Sound of Music is good too, though.
Well, yeah, but in a different way. Like,
that's right.
So, like, when people think musicals, they think, oh, Sound of Music, stuff like that. Yeah, that's gross. Blah, 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 whatever. No, you gotta watch. If you don't think you like musicals, watch some other musicals, and then you gotta find ones you like. Anyway, we got there from Umbreon.
Tenacious
doesn't
D
know
and
what's
the
going
Pick
on.
of Destiny is a musical.
There you go. Yeah,
technically, and it has cock push-ups.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Umbreon doesn't understand what's going on, and none of the Pokemon are very good at this. So perhaps some private tutoring from the instructors would be helpful. I also have to point out, like, the Kimono girls were like, our favorite instructor is here in town for one day. They don't note that these aren't the favorite instructor. So has this been a long con from Team Rocket?
That never gets discussed if it's like they just know of the idea of an instructor and Team Rocket's like tricked them and it's not them. Or like, where does the favorite angle come in there? Because that is confusing.
Do they think that these two are just like the opener for their actual favorite instructor?
Or they're okay with a fairly unuseful yet specific use of the word favorite. Like, this is the first instructor they've ever encountered.
So it would technically be their
favorite by default.
Yeah.
Even though that's not a way most people talk.
No,
but the Kimono sisters are different.
They are different. They're not like the other girls.
They're not like the other girls.
R/, not
they
like
play
the other girls.
Halo. Girls can have hobbies.
I wear a
Don't
hat
turn this
backwards.
into a thing. Yeah.
I wear jeans, not dresses.
I play poker with the boys.
She wears short shorts. I wear sneakers. She's
She's
cheer captain.
and
and
I'm
I'm
on the
bleachers.
bleachers. And then Taylor lets down her hair at the end of the music video. And oh my God, she was not a nerd the whole time. She's so
Oh.
hot. Oh my God.
They take the glasses off of the nerdy
Oh,
girl, and
that's
oh my
the
god,
worst
she's
trope.
beautiful now.
Like
My favorite.
glasses make someone ugly. Like, okay.
Okay, there's a really good use of that trope. A cartoon I used to watch when I was a kid called The Replacements, and there is a character, like a nerdy girl character, who wears these big glasses.
Mhm.
And there was an episode where they took the glasses off of her, and she was beautiful. Like her character changed to being absolutely gorgeous. But the joke was her eyesight is so bad, her glasses were so heavy that they were literally weighing down her face, making her look like that.
So it wasn't about like the perception of glasses equal nerd. It was they were like physically pulling her face.
They were literally making her ugly.
That's so funny.
That's a great use of that trope.
Great subversion.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
where are we again?
all this goes to say, I don't know what the point of that diversion was.
Their favorite
girls,
instructor.
Yeah, their favorite instructors.
Somehow.
Yeah,
Not
they're
like the
dancing,
other girls.
whatever.
Yeah, so private tutoring for the Eevee-lutions. Right this way, just behind these doors, is a Pokemon disco. And of course, they lead them into a room, boom, trap door, right into a cage.
Of course. With Meowth at the bottom there, taunting the Eevees in the cage. And he's got like this traditional instrument.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was, actually.
Plucking away at. I don't want to try to say it. I've like, because I won't be able to pronounce. I've heard of that thing before. It's like SHA something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shamazan.
A Shamazan?
Something like that. SHAMISEN.
Shamazan?
It's like a couple strings, 2 or 3 strings.
Yeah. That's how it's spelled. If that's how it's pronounced, who knows?
Yeah.
Not us.
I don't know.
That's for sure. Anyway, yeah, Meowth's got that. And finally, the sisters have realized something's up when the balloon takes off with the cage, and they're like, where are they going?
Explodes the house.
Yeah.
Now they're in the air holding the cage, and now we get the Team Rocket chant. They're still disguised during most of it. They reveal themselves kind of near the end.
Prepare for trouble, you'll soon hear our names, and then make it double so you know who to blame. And they're starting like throwing like flower petals on each other, which was funny at the end of the motto.
Cherry blossoms.
Yeah.
Now, Kellan, what is the word for cherry blossom in Japanese? Do you know this?
No.
It's already been said in the episode, which is why I was quizzing you. It's Sakura.
Espeon. Oh.
Yeah, Sakura is cherry blossom.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That's the connection there.
Oh.
And they're like
sense.
they're most found or in the Kyoto area, which is also like associated with like traditional kind of Japanese stuff. Like and it's like where the geisha district is and things like that. So that's like the tie-in here, right? And that's what Ecruteak is supposed to be. Ecruteak is supposed to be Kyoto.
Yeah. I am very familiar with Kyoto being a Doug
Kellan,
fan.
It would be like if this city was like themed after Toronto and there was a character named Maple. Be like that.
Gotcha.
Get it? You get it?
Yeah,
now?
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I got it the first time.
Oh, okay.
I just did not articulate.
Sakura is basically like the name Maple, but in a Japanese cut.
I don't know any people named Maple. If you're named Maple out there,
you could see someone being named Maple.
There's an Animal Crossing villager named Maple. She's cute. She's like a little bear, I think. Mm-hmm. Adorable. Anyway, the balloon takes off. They're gone. The Kimono sisters like don't even try anything. They just watch the balloon leave.
And Team Rocket makes this great line here, or they make a firm. God, I'm really tripping over words today. They make
welcome to my world.
Fuck, what is it called? They make a firm assertion. They say, we have all that Eevee evolved for. Now, we, the viewers, know that's false. That's going to come up. And we cut back to the Corsola versus Espeon fight, and Corsola has won.
Espeon goes down. Pikachu and Togepi eat atop the hill, which was just cute. They talk about the Whirl Islands. They recount Misty getting Corsola, Whirl Island, World Cup, blah, blah, blah. A lot of flashback. Sakura wishes she could travel like that.
Misty brags about beating Ash.
Okay.
Yeah, Sakura still can't travel. And then the sisters run up. Team Rocket took their Pokemon. Holy fuck.
Shit. Well, goddammit.
Espeon needs to save the day.
Yeah, Sakura's just like, okay, Espeon and I will go fix this. So Brock stands up for them too. Of course he does. Crobat, for Satsuki and her sisters. Crobat's going to go on reconnaissance. And so they all split up. And then we see Team Rocket celebrating their victory.
And that's when Jessie realizes, fuck, they lied. They only have 4 of these.
They're
missing Espeon.
4 out of 5 ain't bad. But they're not worth
no,
anything.
We need a full set.
Not the full set.
They're not worth it. They're like the pieces of Exodia. Who the fuck wants just the legs and arms?
Why do I want the chess set if it's missing the bishops, you know?
Gotta love a bishop.
Gotta love the bishop. Well, the youngest didn't come to the dance class, and she's the one with the Espeon. And so, Meowth doesn't really think it's necessary, but Jesse's like, we get the Espeon, or you get my fist.
Always threatening poor Meowth.
Yeah. Well, while we're talking about the Eevee-lutions here, I got one more question from Alex the Great, the new one, in parentheses. And Alex wants to know this week, if you could make a new Eevee-lution with a brand new type that doesn't exist, which one would you make?
Which types are available? There's
Dragon,
quite a lot now.
Yeah, there's 8 now. Dragon Bug, Rock Ground, Ghost, Steel, Normal, Flying, Poison.
Oh, there's some good potential here.
And
I mean, Ghost sounds really cool.
Yeah,
I think
Dead
a Ghost
Eevee
one would be really cool.
Dead Eevee, yeah, that's what everyone wants. Spectreon.
This is like a thing people are looking for. Oh,
Spectreon. Everyone wants Dead Eevee, yeah.
Dead Eevee sounds dope, yeah. The bug one just sounds horrifying. I don't know.
I like that.
That could be a little much for me, the bug one.
Give me Steel Eevee-lution, but it's like a robot. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, it's like Metal Sonic.
Yeah, like Metal Sonic. Like Metal Eevee.
Yeah, Metal Eevee.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm into Dead Eevee. I guess that's a basic bitch answer, but like being haunted by an Eevee is kind of fun. And I'm spooked by the bug one. Though.
Oh, and fighting
what
too.
Could that be?
Fighting doesn't have one. I'm in the camp of I want Eevee to get a normal Eevee-lution, and it's just normal. It's just Eevee again, just more Eevee, just for fun.
It evolves into itself,
basically, just bigger Eevee.
He's bigger.
I do want all Eevee types. I want an Eevee-lution for every type. I want Eevee to have like 18 fucking evolutions.
The fighting one, I could see him just getting like Ryu's headband, just wearing like a red karate band, but it's still just Eevee.
Hadokeon.
Hadokeon, that's good. Shoryukion.
Shoryukion! That'd be fun. Just like walks on like cinder blocks or tied to its feet, slaps you with that.
Let's ask that question back to the listeners.
Question of the day.
Yeah, post down below, on the YouTube video or wherever. What's your evolution you're waiting for? And do you have any fun theme ideas to go with it?
We really should.
We would love
consciously make a question of the day. Got to spark that engagement.
What's your top
Eevee
that hasn't been made?
Also, I should point out, because maybe you don't know this, Eevee-lution, not an official term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't use it in the episode.
They never use it, yeah. That's just a fan term. Because, I mean, it makes sense. It's just, you combine the words.
It's convenient. It's a convenient phrase.
It saves us...
Eevee-evolution every
It saves us so many seconds overall, over the course of our lives. That I just wasted all those saved seconds right now explaining that.
You sure did.
So, yeah.
Let's cut back to this episode. The gang and the sisters, they cannot find Team Rocket. Ash is a brilliant detective moment. They have to be somewhere.
Oh! I thought they were nowhere. I thought they
preservation
vanished.
of matter. Yes.
Wow. Spontaneously combusted. Huh. Well, they recall, though, that Team Rocket on the way out said they had all the Eevee-lutions, but they don't have Espeon. And so Espeon immediately is like, I'll do it. I'll be bait.
I've always wanted to be bait.
I'll do it.
They gotta act fast.
Well, Sakura gets it. I mean, Team Rocket are probably mad. They thought they had all of them, but now they don't. And so if we let them think they can capture Espeon pretty easily, we can catch them. But we gotta be quick. And so Brock offers himself as the sister's servant, and Ash ears himself, because Misty has just gone off with Sakura. Or Ash ears him.
Yeah,
which was funny.
Better from afar, he says.
Yeah, that was a good
line.
Twist.
Yeah. Now, Team Rocket's looking from the balloons, and Meowth is so casual, right? He's like,
he doesn't
whatever.
care.
But then they see Espeon sleeping under a tree, no witnesses around. If I was Team Rocket, I would be like, this is suspicious. But, they're not always the smartest cookies in the cookie jar.
We see Espeon's gem glowing, and everyone hiding in the bushes. But the gem glowing says, I can feel the wind. That tells us something's coming.
It can read into air patterns. Like, okay.
Be an incredible meteorologist or tornado chaser. Yeah. Well, here comes Team Rocket, and they quickly net Espeon, and Crobat follows them, the gang trailing behind.
So Brock is helping. It's his Crobat.
Apparently.
Yeah.
We know Espeon will be fine. It can see into the future and avoid anything bad before it happens, which creates a lot of timeline questions. How many split timelines are we working with here, Espeon? Are you splitting it every time?
I've explored 15 million timelines. How many do we win in, Espeon?
Or is
One.
this like the That's So Raven of future telling, where Raven always tries to fix the problem, but her trying to fix the problem is what creates...
Is what causes it to happen.
Is what causes it to happen and make the vision
fatalism.
true. Ooh, interesting. Well, Team Rocket...
I don't know. It doesn't say. It avoids damage. Cool.
Yeah, that's fine. Team Rocket try to bait Espeon into the cage. It's not working. They have to question, is Espeon a vegetarian? The meat's not working.
That up. It must be a vegetarian.
So Jesse's going to try the chain.
Jesse's trying to get like a chain on it. Espeon just moves away. I'm like, yeah, good call, Espeon.
Just finds the others.
Espeon finds Umbreon. Yeah. Like, so this whole pony show Team Rocket's doing not very well thought out.
Mm-mm.
James is trying to cage Espeon from behind, and that's when Sakura reveals, watch out! Reveals herself, yells, watch out. The twerps are here!
No! Misty lets them know. Misty explains the entire plan to them. Lets them know they've been tricked. Team Rocket ain't having it. They're not very happy about that. Go Arbok and Victory Bell. Of course, Victory Bell eats James. Arbok just starts dancing again. And James and Jesse kick them to get them to fight, which was brutal and not okay, guys.
Yeah.
But the Kanto Gym theme revs up, which I loved.
Oh, yeah. Big guitar. Very
Corsola
nice.
and Espeon come out to fight now. So Arbok lunges. Corsola, spike cannons. Victory Bell, razor leafs. And Espeon quick attacks right through it. And now goes for a swift, which knocks Victory Bell back. Arbok goes to wrap, but it misses, of course. And then Poison Sting. Corsola just deflects it. And Espeon goes for the Psy Beam on both of them, which confuses them. And their dancing has improved from this.
Yeah, they're moving in a groove into the psychic sensation from Espeon's head.
So Corsola tackles them back into the balloon, and of course, Pikachu, who has done nothing in 2 episodes now, has to come out as Thunderbolt.
Swoops in for the final blow.
Blows up the balloon. They go blasting off again.
As they're flying me out, it's like, I told you the 5th Pokemon was bad news.
Yeah, they should have just gotten away. They could have.
Yeah.
But their greed was their downfall. It's a lesson we can all learn, children. So Espeon swifts the cage.
True.
Yeah. Frees the Eevee-lutions. Sisters, thank the gang. We're like back at their house or something. Sakura wants to get out and see the world, and her sisters are actually on board this time. She's a really big girl now.
Yep. And she wants to go alone. Not with Misty, actually. Okay.
And she has to go out on her own, make sure that she can take care of herself before she...
I mean, she is 10. It's about time.
It is. And I'm sure she'll get eaten by an Ursaring sooner or later.
This is so fucked. Actually, imagine watching this as a kid with them being like, well, you're 10, you better head out on your own now, you old man.
Freeloaders.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting grade 5 self being like, should I be more mature now? Like, is this...
Should I be doing more? Should I walk by foot to Vancouver? Is that normal?
Camp on the side of the road the whole time?
Yeah.
Grab rats and shove them into, like, baseballs or something?
Little cages?
Yeah.
Go, my rats.
Interesting.
Get me food.
They turn around, they just bite you on the ankles. Fuck,
Show
now we need a tetanus shot.
I'm here to fight the gym leader. What the fuck are you talking about, you little kid?
Who is this guy? How did he get in here? This is a national park. You gotta like pay to enter.
Yeah.
I don't think he has money. His clothes are completely ripped. We can see in his pockets. There's nothing there.
I'm here to fight the gym leader. Get park security.
We have a rabid 10-year-old on the premises. Okay, where were we?
Well, anyways, that's how their world works. Though.
Yeah.
Sakura's going to go to Violet City. It's
at sunset.
Yeah, they're declaring this.
Her and Misty are going to keep emailing.
Sakura are going to email each other.
That's the best form of contact back in the 90s.
Yep.
This just reminds her of Misty of when she left on her journey and, leaving her sisters. And, eventually she met her own friends. She met Brock and Ash and made so many friends, and it's been great for her. Amazing. And then Misty yelling the longest sentence of 2 episodes. She's like, make sure to tell next time we see her, tell me all the cool things all the places you see, and the people that you met, and the Pokemon that you caught, and the Pokemon that you didn't catch, and then all the places you stayed in, all the food you ate. And she's just yelling this at the top of her lungs while Sakura's being like, yes, I'm trying to leave, Misty, goodbye.
Yeah, and she keeps walking into the sunset like the ending of the old Incredible Hulk TV show where he's walking on the road with the sad piano.
The end of the Cat in the Hat, starring Mike Myers, where Cat and things walk into they walk into the sunset. Yeah, it's amazing. But the narrator says it's hard to say goodbye to friends, but blah blah blah. New adventures, whatever. That's the episode. It's an alright episode.
Yeah, it was not bad. It was not bad. It was a little scattered, I guess, and then coming up with this at the very end was like, okay, yeah, now she's ready to go on her own. That's cool. But it was great to see Espeon, right? Get the 5 Eevees together, Espeon. So that was nice.
Yeah.
All right, so my literary hour, tvtropes.com is helping me out here, like usual. Youngest child wins, the trope is called. So this is actually kind of a trope that comes all the way back from fairy tales, where there's something special about the youngest kid, right? We see this like Cinderella. It's a good example. The older ones are like evil, incompetent, outclassed, boring, etc., or some different reasons cited here. But that youngest kid brings this spark of creativity, ingenuity, and bravery that is rare, right? And then succeeds. So there's a few examples. In the Animorph series, the youngest brother between these two brothers, Jake and Tom, the youngest one, Jake, is actually the leader of the crew, right? So there's something special about Jake there. But I also want to bring up, more of a literary classic, the brothers Karamazov. Yeah, that's how you say that, right? Karamazov? I don't know. I'm not
idea.
To say Russian words. Alyosha, is the youngest of the titular brothers, intended by Dostoevsky to be the true hero of the book, where the eldest Dmitri is too worldly, the middle brother Ivan is too academic. But Alyosha has this like spirituality, right? And Alyosha is actually supposed to be a metaphor for the soul of the Russian people. Again, it's something about the youngest one that resonates on a creative level with viewers, right? And that's kind of like a pushed trope, is being like, well, the youngest brother has a spark in their eye. The other brothers are boring as fuck.
Hey, that's like my family.
They pay their tax.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, your older brothers are like smart and like hardworking
adults,
and you're like, and you're charming.
Yeah, totally, for sure.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, let's rate this thing and let the people go.
All right, what category can I talk about first, Kellan? I shall not talk about any other category except for this one.
You can talk about the swamp ash.
Ooh, okay. So we met Delia over phone.
We did see her. She didn't even mention underwear.
She didn't even mention underwear. That's peculiar. Do you think that she's learned that Ash is doing well, or that he's a lost cause? I don't know.
I think it's more that there were more pressing issues going on. But like, what's happened in the last few episodes here?
Well, I mean, he traveled by blimp.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that weird feeling when you've been on an airplane where you just feel like, I just need a shower? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like showering.
Well, there was
got a little bit of that going on.
Because we just got back from the Whirl Islands, and in the Steelix, or Nerves of Steelix, he was like up early with his Pokemon. He looked pretty clean there. I feel like he was like
running.
He was getting refreshed, and so he kind of had a NAS reset.
Opposite of clean, though.
But then he runs and he sweats.
But
and whatnot.
I think they were at cities, and then I think they were refreshed there quite a bit. I do think being around people like Jasmine, like he was around people a lot, so maybe he was compelled to stay clean. And then Ecruteak is like a fairly, I think, perfume and fragrant kind of place, I feel, right? So maybe he's like gets forced deodorized. Yeah. I think he might be fairly clean right now. You're right, yeah.
I feel like he's got like a skid mark or two, but that's probably about it. I'm gonna go 3.3.
Kellan, that's a lot. His skid mark is fairly gross.
A very small skid mark, we'll say.
Oh, but that's just been there for a while.
It's just been there. Yeah,
I can't get out.
He needs to bleach it.
Oh, gross. Yeah, okay. I'm on that. I'll go a 4. I'll go a 4 then. There's a little bit of wear and tear. He's been running, but he's doing okay.
3.65. Final category of the day is going to the horny Brock moments.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty good.
This is a horny one. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's got the 4 sisters, right? So he's just splooging the whole episode.
Gross.
Out of every orifice. Yeah, and I liked that joke really early on. Like when he's first simping about them, he's like, "Be still, my heart. These are the 4 most beautiful girls in the world." But who's the most beautiful? That whole bit's pretty funny. the Road to Broken Hearts, right? He's just got this like.
Mhm.
I actually
Breathless
like
and
how
woozy.
in this one I felt like the four sisters sort of remembered that he's a
Oh yeah,
freak
absolutely.
and toyed with him a little, right? Like by doing that. Oh, but who's the most beautiful? They're like they remember that he's all bark, no bite. So they're like, we're gonna
Exactly.
put him in his place a little.
Yeah. So I would say this is one of the better
That was
Orny Brock
fun.
episodes that we've had in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
I mean, this is flat 8.
And then he's white knighting about
Yeah, the white
Crobat
that too.
helping out
Yeah.
and stuff. Server better from afar. We get that good subversion moment with Ash. Yeah, he's pretty horny here. I'll go 8 point. No, I'm gonna go higher. 8.8.
8.8. That's 8.4 overall. 6.025 for Espeon, not included.
Nice.
That's it for this week.
All
Would
right.
you believe
Well,
it?
Kellan, what episodes are we gonna touch on next week?
Next week, we have 2 more episodes. It's episode 229 for Ho-Oh the Bell's Toll, or in Japanese, Suicune and Minaki! Exclamation. The Legend of Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh! Double exclamation. And then episode 230, Extreme Pokemon, or in Japanese, Run Quickly Along the Pokemon Ride! Double exclamation.
That name's hilarious.
Good one.
I'm excited to see Ho-Oh again.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Very interesting.
As well as the some of them legendary beasts, you know?
Ooh, yes. Some nice silhouettes in that thumbnail.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. If you've been on the YouTube watching, that is youtube.com/HydraLeech is the channel. Leave comments down below. We love engaging with you, chatting about the episodes, etc. If you want to hit us up in other ways, 2killadelibird@gmail.com is an email that you can reach us at. And then we've also are on Blue Sky, same handle, 2killadelibird. We should be available anywhere fine podcasts are downloaded. Engage, interact on those platforms as you can. That really does help the channel, gets it out there, etc. If you want to ask questions and then be featured in the episode, we've got a Google form linked in the description. You can use that to submit questions about the upcoming episode, and we'll answer them, try to answer them live on air. Intro and outro music is 80th Synthwave by Alexi Action. Kellan also runs TikTok. The channel there is HydraLeeches. Some anime error stuff, fun little shorts, podcast moments, blah, 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 etc. Twitch.tv/HydraLeech. You can fun. And Kellan's been doing quite a bit of live streaming on there in the past little while.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to continue on next? Sonic or Coliseum or a little bit of both?
I mean, both until they're both 100%ed, but what I do from day to day is just vibes based. What do I feel like playing?
With Sonic Adventure DX and Coliseum on the GameCube.
A lot of fishing to do.
Month. Yeah.
A lot of fishing and a lot of wanting to blow my fucking brains out from it.
Fishing, Big the Cat.
Yeah.
Not like trying to trick your employees into giving you credit card information.
Well, that
kind
too.
of fishing.
That too, yeah. But we don't talk about that one, actually. We shouldn't.
And then finally,
Editor,
we
cut
do
that
have
out.
a Patreon. It is just a tip jar, so don't worry about anything on there. But if you want to give to the channel, you like what we're doing.
For the
use
low
Patreon as a
amount
tip
of
jar.
$5 a month, you too can get 30 cents worth of content.
If that.
If that.
But the content we give for free is the content we give indeed. And you can support it if you want or not. Don't. We don't make the rules. Whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, we do make the rules, and those are the rules, so there are no rules.
The rules that you have to, actually. Give me money. Money, please.
Oh, money, please.
Money, please.
Parks and Rec. I love Jean Ralphio and Mona Lisa.
They're
My
the
favorite
best.
deranged siblings.
They're the
Money,
best.
please.
Money, please. You've never done anything wrong. I know that. I've never done anything wrong in my life. I know.
I like
Don't be suspicious. Don't
where
be
John
suspicious.
Ralphio
Don't
sings stuff that he
suspicious.
really shouldn't be singing.
Oh, yeah. I got run over by Alexis.
Yeah. Technically, I'm homeless. Yeah.
I need to rewatch that show again.
So
good. What a great show. Way better than this show. What the fuck is this? What are we even doing here?
Way better than our show, or way better than Pokemon?
Better than our show.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Can we get Nick Offerman on this show? That would make it better.
Nick Offerman, would you like to come on and tell us about your favorite Pokemon episode? We will still just recite the Pokemon episode. We won't ask you any questions, even though you were on like one of the greatest episodes of TV ever in episode 3 of The Last of Us, where you made everybody cry and it was amazing. We won't even mention that. We're just going to talk about Kangaskhan or something stupid. I don't know.
Yeah. Fucking Fucking Chansey? I don't know. What would Nick
What do you think
Offerman's...
his favorite Pokemon is?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Is there like a Pokemon that like builds things at Home Depot? Is it the Home Depot Pokemon?
Maybe, what about like the Timberline? Because they're all holding like pieces of building equipment.
Yeah, that could be it. They're all holding, or the girders or whatever.
Yeah. Well, Timber's holding timber, Girder's holding a girder, and Conkeldurr is holding...
Same line?
Yeah, and Conkeldurr is holding, what do you even call them? The big pieces of concrete.
Concrete.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, there you go, Kellan. Anything else?
Well, I was going to say, that's what did we learn? But I think that's exactly what we learned. And that's the most important thing we learned this week.
That is.
It is.
That Nick Offerman
probably
should
likes
be on
timber.
our podcast.
That too.
Let us know.
Yeah. Well, we'll have our people reach out to your people, Nick.
Yeah, we don't have people.
We don't have... I am my people.
I'm barely a person.
That's so true.